My favorite color is gray. Now, the reason I love gray is because it's an intermediate color. It's a neutral or an achromatic, not acrobatic, but achromatic color, which literally means that it's a color without color because it's composed of black and white. Now, the wall behind me is gray. The couch is gray. My shirt is gray, but they all look different. And that's why I love gray. I think gray is the color of humanity. If humanity had a color, it's gray. Because gray can look brown, gray can look white, gray can look black, gray can look green. Shout out to Tucci Salon down in Miami. But it's gray. So, human beings can look smart, they can look dumb, they can look nice, they can look mean, they can look like they're from a certain area, they could look black, they could look brown, they could look white, but they're all human beings. And that's how we need to treat each other as human beings. Our Constitution, our Declaration, as Americans, tells us that human beings have certain inalienable rights. Now, whether you like or dislike someone, they deserve those rights. Whether you agree with someone or not, they deserve those rights. And you deserve those rights in return. Now, if somebody grossly steps out of the bounds of those rights, okay, if they infringe upon the freedoms of other people, our country has laws in place to deal with those people through a jury and a trial of their peers and things of that nature. We have those things in place. But what I'm seeing lately is a lot of black and white. Not in racial terms, that too. We've seen a lot of that in the past year, which needs to be addressed. And there's stuff that needs to get worked on there for sure. But with conversation, with communication, with information, I'm seeing things that are just black and white. If you support Bernie Sanders, you're a socialist. If you voted for Donald Trump, you're a white supremacist Nazi. If you voted for Biden, you're either God's gift to mankind or you're okay with the destruction of America and higher taxes and all these executive orders that are going to ruin us, right? Craziness. It's so extreme. It's black and white. But what we need to embrace is the gray. We need to embrace the gray area, the nuance of communication and information. Put context back into things, because there are people in organizations that purposefully take information out of context and then present it to you in a way to upset you and to rile us up and have us pitted against each other. This is big news stations. This is other countries using the internet and our social media to literally make us think craziness is going on that's fabricated out of thin air. And we're getting to a place where, people can't make jokes. People can't slip up and say the wrong thing. Or if they say the right thing, it can be taken out of context and used against them. And that is not right. That's truly evil. Now, though the people doing it may not be evil people, the principles underneath that, the essence behind that is evil. To take truth and turn it into something that damages truth. So, gray. We need to embrace the gray. For example, okay? I could say to Danny, "Where's my dinner, bitch?" Now, she knows I'm kidding. She knows I'm kidding. It's a ridiculous thing. It's so outside of my true character that if I were to say something like that, and I have, in a joke or as a joke, she laughs. She knows my humor. She knows my personality. She knows I'm not abusive, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. She knows. But if my windows or my door was open and someone happened to walk past my apartment while I said that, oh my God, taken out of context, they think that I'm this horrible human being that mistreats my wife. And that's what's happening a lot. It was a joke. And in the right context, it was funny because she laughs 99% of the time. Unless she's in a bad mood, then she goes, hey, knock it off. And I go, I'm just kidding. She goes, I know, but still. Okay. But that's the gray. We need to embrace the gray. A gray, rainy day, right? It's not a bad, depressing day. Rain is falling to feed our planet. Maybe it's a day that we can relax or reflect and chill. We don't have to go running around because the weather's not ideal. Embrace the gray. Look for the gray in our lives and embrace it. For me, I choose to be colorblind when I go out into the world. Everybody has programming. We all have some level of programming in our mind as to how we view people. This doesn't have to do with race. This has to do with anything. We could have a bad experience in our life with a person that looks a certain way and then judge everyone else we ever encounter for the rest of our life in a similar fashion to that person because people remind us of somebody we don't like. We do that as humans. If we were programmed a certain way growing up towards certain groups, that's hard to shake, but we can do it. We have plasticity in our brain. We can literally change our minds, which is one of the most incredible gifts to be given, is the ability to change our mind. We don't have to be stuck with what we thought last year or 5 minutes ago even. We can shed it all and develop a whole new outlook on things. But when we go out into the world and we encounter other people, let's see the gray. Let's see, even though I might see somebody who looks smart or looks confident, maybe they have self-esteem issues. Maybe they're not confident. Maybe they're just as nervous as you are or aren't. If you see a brown or a white or a black, just know it's gray. We're all humans. We all deserve to treat each other with respect and be given respect. And if for the people that go and abuse that freedom and infringe upon the rights and freedoms of other people, they'll be dealt with in a black and white way a lot of the times. So embrace the gray, embrace the nuance. If you hear something that you don't like, don't take it at surface level. Go look at it. Look at who's saying it, why they're saying it, what context is it in. If somebody supports somebody that you don't like, it doesn't mean they're a Nazi or a white supremacist. Maybe they were afraid and they just wanted the economy to stay strong, or they just wanted the military to continue getting the funds that they got, or whatever. You don't know what the behind the scenes thing is for people. And we need to dive into that and look at it and get to know people and have conversations. Why did you do that? What's the thought process behind that? Not, you're an evil Nazi, or you're a socialist, or you're a this, or you're a that. That's surface level, black and white, bullshit thinking. So for me, today, I embrace the gray, the color that has no color. And I hope that that's how we can view each other as we continue to move forward in this world and in this country. See each other for human beings. Look for the nuance. Look for the context. Look for the come from. Ask what somebody means by something when they say something, rather than just judging them by what you heard. Because 5 people could see a car accident and report 5 different accidents. So likewise, 5 people could read or hear or see or experience something and have 5 different experiences. Multiply that by 300 plus million or 7 billion. We're all living in our own version of reality. Nothing is truly black and white. It's a combination of everything. It's the gray. So today, I embrace the gray and I tell you, it's gonna be okay.